And now let's go to line one. Say hello to Brad Cabana. Hello, Brad. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, Patty.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, just calling to redress the remarks made by the minister yesterday on your show.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I was very upset with them, to be honest. I expected a minister of the Crown to come up with an appropriate response to the facts that I laid on the table, and he didn't. He came after me personally. And I find this unacceptable. The words he used to describe my character were unacceptable. And I want from him a public apology, and I believe that the Premier should request his resignation, because a cabinet minister that in any place that I've ever seen would never say such a thing on public airways about another person.
Brad, would you be willing to apologize to the minister for accusing him of being a corrupt politician?
I said to him, I said to you, I should say, that what he said during election readiness meeting, Patty. Now, what I said to you was absolutely true. And the minister himself did not deny that yesterday during his conversation. He said for the life of him, he could not remember, quote unquote. Now, he may not be able to remember, yet he still attacked me for saying it. Well, I find that strange in itself, because usually, if you can't recall something, it's pretty tough to attack somebody else for saying it. Well, I certainly recall exactly what he said, and I have no intentions of apologizing for that. Why would I? In my mind,
I guess in Mr. French's mind, and Brad, you know where I stand on this. You said that you heard what he said, and I have no reason to disbelieve you. You've never lied to me before, but the insinuation is that he was a corrupt politician in a party of corrupt politicians, and that was one of your reasons, and the alarm bells went off in your head to leave the party. So if you can accuse someone of being corrupt and he can accuse you of being a political whore, then do you both owe each other an apology, or should it be a push, or what is it, Brad? Because, I don't think either one of you probably said the right thing.
Well, let me put it to you this way. I did say the right thing, because in my morals, approaching people with government contracts for donations, it's different if they come to you with a donation, but when you approach them for a donation, the optics of that is one of corruption. And I make no apologies for saying that.
That's okay.
And I think that's fair comment. Now, I did not attack the minister personally. I did not attack him personally. I said that he made the statement.
Yep.
That to me, it reflected on corruption within the government. I didn't say that he was this kind of person or that kind of person. I didn't run him down personally, and I think you even alluded to that when you were speaking to him. You said you did not go in a back and forth personally with Mr. Cabana, is what you said to him.
Right. Listen, I don't. You heard what I said. I tried to walk the line on it. I'm not on anybody's side on this one. But, Brad, I've been approached by a Liberal for a donation, so does that mean that you are uncomfortable with that party's behavior too?
No, if our party leader said, and we were in power, and our party leader said, look, find everybody who's got a government contract and hit him up for a donation, I would feel the same way.
Okay.
It's one thing for them to come forward with a donation. It's another thing for you to go after it, because it leaves an impression. And that is why we have rules, so that, there's no gray areas. Now,
certainly the black and white is that every political party asks, if not begs, for donations, and that's every party.
Certainly we ask for donations, but we don't advise people that I'm aware of or ever seen before in any political party in my 25 years in politics seeing a targeted method of going after people who have government contracts.
Okay.
And that was my point, and that was only my point. I certainly, and as I said on your program, I don't even know Mr. French, so I'm certainly not going to attack Mr. French personally, and I didn't. What I did attack was his speech, which I went through yesterday. Now, his language towards me was unacceptable by any standards. As a matter of fact, I spoke to a friend of mine in the national press last night. I sent them a copy of the tape. They frankly couldn't believe it. Now, this coming from a sitting minister in any government in the country, I don't care where it is,
right.
That you do not have the right to address a citizen of that province in that way. The thing is, Patty, it sets an example. It tells people out there who are listening to your show, guess what? Don't stand up and say anything that might rile a minister's feathers, because guess what? You will be targeted for personal destruction, just as was promised me by Mr. Chalik.
Right, and I'm sure that, the party was, and Minister French was, taken back by your allegations. And so the tit for tat, the back and forth, I'm sure will continue on Twitter and other places. I don't want to be the home of everybody's personal back and forth. We offered you this opportunity to speak to what you thought, what was a personal attack from the minister, and I appreciate your call, Brad, and I'm sure we haven't heard the last of this.
And I just want to get across one last thing, Patty, if you don't mind. That
Very quickly, please.
I am calling on the Premier to ask for a public apology from the minister and his resignation, because I don't think he's fit now to be a minister in her government.
I appreciate your call, sir.
Thank you.
All the best. Bye-bye. There's Brad Cabana, not happy about it.